All right. Hello, everyone. Thank you so much for joining me on January's coordinator workshop. Again, I am Jackie Colson, your coordinator support manager. This month's training is special because we have 3 coordinators on this workshop, and we are doing a coordinator panel, to learn how these 3 coordinators are using and teaching Michael Lewis Marketing Suite at the highest level in their market center. So today I have Karen from Brentwood, California, Molly from Greater Seattle, and then Robin from Colorado. So I'll be asking these wonderful ladies some questions. They'll be sharing some great insight on their day-to-day with Michael Lewis Marketing Suite. If you have any questions like in the past, just simply type them in the question box, and we'll try to get to them during the training, if not at the end. All right, so let's get started, you guys. So first, Karen, what are the top 5 flyers you use in the toolbox?
The top 5 that I really enjoy using in the toolbox would be the one for agent growth, because obviously that's consistent and we always do that once a month. The Ignite instructors, because also that happens every other month at our market center, so it's something I'm commonly using all the time, and it really does showcase all the different instructors so that people can see that we have different perspectives in the office. The Capper posts, I know I wrote Capper Post too, but the one I can't see if it's in front of anybody right now. But I generally do like all of the Capper posts because they're just really sleek and neat and very modern. And of course, I love all the birthday posts. I especially love all the new ones that are available in the social suite, just because they're just more, again, clean and updated, and they all look really pretty. So yeah,
absolutely. Thank you. So she does use the Ignite a lot, you guys. I see a lot of pieces that she does send out pretty often. This is a Ignite piece that she did kind of recreate for us, which will go more in depth a little bit, but this is an Ignite piece that she does use pretty frequently as well, along with the instructor one as well right here for you. So we'll go over that in a little bit too. All right, Molly, what are your favorite 5 flyers in the toolbox?
Well, actually, so I just came from our team meeting, and probably the top one that comes to mind right now is we revamped our team meeting PowerPoint for 2018 to just spice things up a little bit. And the team meeting PowerPoint that's available on the toolbox is phenomenal. It's really sleek. It's professional. It's engaging. It allows you to be more agent focused. So celebrating new listings coming up. It just really adds a lot of value. So that probably is top that comes to mind right now. As well, we really like using when we onboard new agents or when we have potential recruits in the office that I'm meeting with, I love to have a professional packet to slide across the table. So for that, we use, and actually our DFI has done quite a lot. She's actually on the webinar right now, but she's done a lot of editing on this, and we use the Come Grow With Us packet. And we've kind of customized it, tailored it to fit our office. But again, I've actually gotten feedback from potential recruits that say, oh, I've gone to a different office, at Windermere, John L. Scott, Remax, things like that. And they're like, I don't get this sort of packet presented to me. It's kind of this haphazard, put together, still provides the right information, but they really, really, really enjoy the Come Grow With Us packet. And as well, it transfers really nicely to, we just had Michael Lewis in the office and Trish doing a presentation, and it translates really well to an iPad or a PDF format as well. Yeah. So it's a very versatile piece that and then as well, we like the team leader recruiting PowerPoint for our career nights, and that as well I tailored a little bit, took out what was needed, added in a few other things, but again, just a really professional, keeps me on track, just like the Power Walker, things like that. It keeps you on point and keeps the people engaged. So, and finally, I would say the commission breakdown and then the capping external and internal posts. Both are, again, professional pieces, and especially with the capping emails, if we don't recognize our cappers, we get in trouble pretty quickly. And so it's a really snazzy way to recognize those cappers and their accomplishment and their achievement. And we have the internal one for our private Facebook page as well as emails. And then we also have the external that we post to our public Facebook page. And it talks a little bit about and kind of asks that big why question, do you want to be receiving 100% of your commissions? And then it allows for people to reach out to us and say, yes, I do. How do I do that? So it opens that door. So.
Wow. That's amazing, Molly. I'm glad you guys are using so much stuff that Come Grow With Us. That is awesome. It works really well on that iPad, like you said, and the team leader recruiting PowerPoint, great for the team leaders. Anyone on here, definitely recommend giving it to your team leaders. It is wonderful. But everything you said, that is absolutely amazing. Thank you so much, Molly.
Absolutely.
Robin, Robin does mostly training for her office. She doesn't really go into the toolbox pretty often, so she'll go over really in detail some training stuff. But Robin, do you have any toolbox pieces that you love that you see your office using ever?
Yeah, and actually I do use the toolbox quite a bit for the
Good.
teachers. And I love all the flyers. I use all the flyers, but we've also used the welcome staff. And I've used that even for other situations that just people that may be coming into the office, that are going to be doing any kind of a training or anything, that it's not just the staff, it's who's coming for different situations for our office. And I love those. I love the flyers. I use them for everything. And and not just for the birthdays. The other girls were saying how handy those are for all the different situations, but just for any updates, just keeping the office looking good. I really like that it's just so first class, I would say, and that we've got vendors and people from other companies that have come in and said, oh, I just love that. It's up on our bulletin boards and it's looking good.
Oh, yeah.
It brings us to another level. And so but the girls were right on. Those are some of the ones that I use. And I love the Posh series. I just,
in the agent site. Yes, absolutely.
On all of them. I really like the Posh one, which is kind of funny for this area, because in Glenwood Springs, where we're at, and even Grand Junction, you'd almost think it's like more of a country kind of an atmosphere, but people have so enjoyed those, and they just look
good. Oh, that's awesome. Thank you, Robin. I'm glad you're using it so much. That's awesome, you guys. These are all very popular pieces. We'll go into how they use these pieces as well differently, with Facebook, CRMs, all of that. All right, guys. Do you take any of our pieces on the agent site or leadership site and ever repurpose them into something different? If so, what piece and what have you recreated it into? / how have you repurposed it? Go ahead, Karen.
So most recently, we were asked. We were doing a listing contest, and it was going to be football themed. And I do recall seeing the football that football party kickoff flyer, and I'm like, perfect. I don't have to reinvent the wheel. I used all the graphics and some of the layout from the kickoff party flyer and just changed the wording so that it fit into the contest. So it's just a great way. I really realized that early on, that if there's something that we need, it's most likely 9 times out of 10, it's already on the toolbox. So that's how I repurpose that. One of the other things that I love repurposing, and I think Molly, I think you mentioned the new team leader, the new team meetings PowerPoint. We're definitely using that as well. The one thing I love doing with that is taking all the listings and then transforming them into a video, which I then use on our public Facebook page, because now the business Facebook page allows you to upload a video instead of a picture. So we have that scrolling as our cover video instead. And then I also post it as a regular video on our site and tag all the agents. So that's a great way that I'm not only promoting the office, but just using something I already used in our team meeting and then transforming it for Facebook to promote our agents. If you have a video that, if you have more than one video loop in your office, that's also a great way to change that out weekly so that even guests that are waiting for other agents can see your most current listings in the office. So I absolutely love repurposing that. Those are my favorites.
That's a really good idea. I love that. That football is awesome that you did there, Karen.
Oh, why? Thank you.
So awesome. All right, Molly, go ahead.
So can you just reiterate the question just one more time? I'm all excited thinking about a video now. So
right. I know, right?
I highly recommend.
No, you're fine. Do you take any of our pieces on the agent site or the leadership site and ever repurpose them into something different?
Yeah, absolutely. So I love getting on the agent site, and we have a staff version set up for us that we can just access. And I like getting on there. Our DFI likes using the holiday posts. They're nicely put together, and then we can put it, for different holidays coming up. We can already have really slick marketing ready to go and post to our public page, our private page, email goes out. So we really like to use those quite a bit, and we just download the JPEG and embed it into an email. So really savvy way to stay up to date with different holidays that are coming up. I also will just get on there, and I like exploring the social suite and as well the jumbo postcards. I'll sit down with a few agents here and there, and we'll go through the different jumbo postcards that are there or the social suite, and I'll help them in like a 30-minute session do something to promote a new listing that they just put on, or different, like their past months in review. And so I just familiarize myself with a lot of the different pieces so that I can sit down with agents and say, oh, well, here's a great way to do a flyer for your new listing. I've done tons of flyers like these. Let me help you. Or here's the new social suite. Here are different ways you can promote that you are a top producer in X, Y, and Z months. And you want to make sure that your clients know that you're a top producer, because oftentimes that's something they don't really promote. Exactly. Or if they're a new agent, they don't know how to promote. So I think more so for me, it's just getting really familiar with the agent site so that if an agent does come to me, I can just be a wealth of information for them and bring a lot of value to that conversation. But we really like the holiday posts that are within there and the flyers and a few other aspects.
Yes.
So
yeah, holidays are so popular. They're just so easy to do and put them on Facebook and email blast, your team's Facebook page. They're already done for you. So definitely agree with that.
Exactly.
That's awesome, Molly.
Exactly.
Thank you. Awesome. Robin, do you have any pieces that you guys repurpose over there, I should say?
Yeah, I use them a lot, especially for email blasts and stuff, for just keeping the agents up to date on what's going on in the office. And I love that. And I've had several agents that have even commented on that their the emails are so exciting. And, it's not that it's more different information than when I got here. It's just that it's not coming across as just like, hey, this is what's going on in our office. Boring. We're excited, and it looks like we're excited. It's coming across good.
Yeah.
We also like to use it for my team leader also, when she sends me information, to be able to send her back all the stats for the office, just our regular stats of what's going on, and put it in the Michael Lewis Marketing Suite. So it's just looking totally different when she sends it out, or, for profit, updates, and just our normal day-to-day is just put into a different format that makes us look like it's above the bar.
Yeah.
So
absolutely. And taking our stuff and putting it into something different, like you can put them into newsletters or anything for your office. That's awesome. I have seen, this is a Brentwood breakdown that I have seen Karen do, and you can see this. She sends this out daily, you guys. And at the bottom, it's just, some prospecting pieces that she took from the social suite. Or, you can take our holiday pieces and put them as well down here at the bottom. So you can really take our pieces, put them anywhere you want, newsletters, breakdowns, repurpose them, and put them into anything you would like. So this is something fun you guys can take a peek at, maybe do yourself. if you ever need to. But how long would you say it would take you to repurpose a flyer that you described to us? Is it, within 5 minutes? Is it pretty quick for you guys? Pretty easy, would you say?
Well, at least for me, I generally, when it's templated, it's really like 5 to 10 minutes because you're just putting in the information for the agent. When I'm repurposing, sometimes it may take a little longer, but it's never taken any longer than a half an hour.
Yeah.
Especially since all the elements are still there. So that part is just refiguring, because I'm repurposing, figuring out, okay, well, I need it to look like this, so how can I manipulate what's already here? But sometimes, sometimes it's even quicker because I'm just taking an element and putting my own information on it. Yes, and it's done.
That's right. So. Awesome. Molly, you say it's pretty quick for you?
I would say absolutely. I mean, probably the longest part is just downloading the publisher file, and then it's just you go and you plug in the right information, you save it, and then you're good to go. So I'd say maybe max like 10 minutes or something, but very, very easy to go in and add the information. Absolutely.
Oh, okay, good. That's good. And Robin, same for you?
Yeah, absolutely. It's like she said, it's downloading the other information, it's taking information off. I use Pinterest a lot to, take pictures off and even of our town and to make it more personalized. And it's just that.
Love that. That's awesome. That's awesome. I love that. Awesome, you guys. Okay. Do you use these flyers on Facebook, email blasts, or campaigns, or something different by chance? Karen?
Well, it's funny because I use it everywhere. So I use it at all 3 places. So it's on our public page. We have a private group page as well. So whenever it's applicable, we'll put it there as well for those agents. Yes, we have the email blasts, especially if we wanted to come from the team leader. So I create them and then we send it to him so that he can send it out from the office. But we also use them. I also use them whenever we have special events, just like I think it was Robin who mentioned, like to put it on our video screen as a welcome. So I'm using them everywhere. Facebook, email blasts, listing presentations. That was something I did want to bring up. On listing presentations, if I'm doing a flyer for someone, I would just replace their template with the agent's flyers, kind of like which she was mentioning too, to really customize it so that it's now their personalized, branded listing presentation. That's just one additional way that I'm using them.
Yep. Absolutely. Yeah, because so on the listing presentations, you guys, it's just generic information, just a generic flyer, a generic postcard. So what she's doing is she's taking the actual flyer from the agent and actually putting it into the listing to show an example of, actual flyers that they have sent out and used in the past. So that is amazing.
Yes, and I will add that I'm on a webinar. Even if it's a new agent who doesn't have a listing, we'll try and create a mock-up of whatever listing they're going to and take the picture of the address so they can see a mock-up. So either way, it'll still further customize.
Really personalize.
Customize their listing.
Yeah, I love that. Molly, how about you?
We will, what don't we use it on? We definitely use it on our private Facebook page, on our public Facebook page. We do email blasts, and then we have just magnet boards throughout the office that we have the actual flyers for education events, the weekly training calendar, the monthly training calendar that we have posted around. So we put it out to our agents as much as possible. I am probably not supposed to be doing this, but I use eEdge to send out emails, and then I'll just plug in the Michael Lewis Marketing Suite template instead, because I'm a bit of an addict for Michael Lewis Marketing Suite, and so if I can use it, I'll use it wherever I can. I love what eEdge does have to offer in their marketing suite, but I really will just go in. We'll have the JPEG saved, and we'll just plug it in, and we'll use the eEdge to send it out to all the agents on behalf of the team leader. So
absolutely, you're definitely allowed to do that.
Yes,
that's awesome.
I was going to say, Molly, I've done that too. I mean, it's like sometimes you're right. Yeah, eEdge is better for something, but you want to use a Michael Lewis. I've done that. Yeah,
exactly. Yeah, it's just I just love the look of it, the professional side. And then especially as well, most of our bulk emails will go out through our front desk email. And oftentimes what I find, I've actually surveyed a bunch of agents, is that goes to their junk. But if it comes from the e-edge, from our team leader, it usually has a heightened level. And so to have a really heightened professional design embedded into that email, it takes it to the next level. So it's kind of our big piece that we'll use for the big important announcements and education flyers and so on and so forth. So we use it everywhere and anywhere.
Yes, absolutely. And we'll go into the CRMs after this. I always train on using e-edge Market Leader. It is the easiest. So I love that you guys are doing that. That is wonderful. Robin, how about you guys over there? Robin, are you still there?
I think she might be offline.
Okay, so I think Robin accidentally got offline. Okay, so hopefully she can get back on in a little bit here. Okay, guys, on to the next question. Do you ever take our pieces, just like we talked about, and use them within a CRM? If so, which one do you use? Obviously, I know your answer, Molly. Karen, do you guys use anything else besides e-edge, or what CRM are you using, and do you take any pieces and put them in there?
Yeah, I'm sorry. Actually, no. Our team leader really does like e-edge for the same reason that you mentioned before. It's easy to use and everything's already preloaded as far as like the campaigns, the drip campaigns that are already on there. But the nice thing that we like to do, which is what Molly does as well, is especially when he says that he wants to invite potential recruits to a training or an educational event. Like a big one for us would be the profit sharing. And then I would just customize the profit sharing flyer and use that within the CRM for e-edge. So that is definitely one that we have used in the past. But yeah, he is definitely using the e-edge.
Okay, that's great. That's awesome. Yeah, I mean, e-edge is just so wonderful, and it's templates, and you just put it right in there, and then just send it out. So really good. And I have a training that I can send to anyone on here. If you guys ever do need support with on, doing this, I can always send you, a how-to video on how to do campaigns through e-edge. All right, Molly, do you have anything to add to that? What pieces do you usually put on there? Go ahead.
The ones that we will send out on behalf, so I'm the assistant team leader, so the ones that we send out on behalf of the team leader are the capper announcements and any major regional education events that we have coming up. We like to get as much of our office there as possible. So that's what we really use. The capper emails, on occasion we'll do welcome emails. Any big announcements just within, of course, there's a huge announcement coming up on Monday next week that we're probably going to use through the e-edge. And I also like to use Constant Contact. I'll put in some of the Michael Lewis Marketing Suite templates. And I'm also using another CRM. I have many, many CRMs that I'm testing until I find the right one. Like Goldilocks in the 5 CRMs.
Good.
And another one I'm using is Broker Kit, and it's really easy to, you just save the JPEG from Michael Lewis Marketing Suite and plug it into whatever CRM you need. And like I was saying before, it just takes it to that next level. So
awesome.
But we usually save it for the big announcements and the very special recognitions and of course on drip campaigns for potential recruits. And of course, Michael Lewis Marketing Suite does have, I think you guys just revamped it, the new Where You Belong drip campaign that I've actually been working on and editing, and I'm getting ready to throw that into my CRM and start a drip campaign on that. I'll probably use it. It's so simple to add things in, set up a drip campaign, and get feedback and numbers on that.
That's awesome. Yeah, the campaigns are easy. Where You Belong is good. We have your first 10-day campaign as well, for new agents, if you ever need to put that in there. What was that CRM you said that you just started using? Broker Kit, was it?
Broker Kit, yes. And it was actually created by, I believe, an agent in Keller Williams. And he's recreating, and he's kind of, it's like we're not beta testing it, but there's a lot of new additions that are being made. So it's actually really nice because I can go in and I can say, hey, this is how I used to work with my CRMs, and this is what I like to add in. What can you do to work with me to make that a reality? So
oh my gosh,
it's nice. But when it just comes to I want it to work seamlessly, I'll do eEdge without a doubt.
Absolutely. Okay, that's awesome. That's good to remember the broker kit. Okay, perfect. Thank you, Molly. Robin, are you back on with us?
I am. Can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay.
No worries. Awesome. So the question was, do you ever take our pieces and use them in any CRMs? If so, which one do you use?
Yeah, again, we use most of the flyers, and we just use those at all different times. And it's one of my favorites is to use in any of working with the customer's relations, any management program. We take the KW stats, and I'll just apply them to those flyers and use those in any kind of our marketing areas, and they love them.
Yes. Do you guys use Market Leader? Do you put them in Market Leader, eEdge, I should say, and send them out through there?
Yeah, we have. Have you, Molly?
She uses Market Leader.
Yes, I do. That's when I want it for the easiest, it's just how they have it set up. It's really easy to just go in, set up a drip campaign, and have it running right away. Not like it's a bad thing, but it's just, it's very simple to do, and I'm not technology savvy, and so I enjoy the simpler things when it comes to tech, and eEdge sets it up really well. And especially for admin and my Lewis Marketing Suite designs, it's very much so geared towards that.
Absolutely. Have you ever tried Boom Boom? Have you ever heard of that CRM, Molly?
Boom Boom. No, I've heard of course there's Boomtown, but not Boom Boom.
Okay. I've heard that one, and I heard someone else using that, and they said they absolutely loved it. So that's a good one to think about, anyone else who's on here. I heard it's a little more expensive, but what was that?
Was it Boom Boom or was it Bomb Bomb?
Maybe it's Bomb Bomb.
Okay.
Thank you.
Okay.
Bomb Bomb. Sorry, ladies.
I haven't heard of Boom Boom, but Bomb Bomb.
There's a B and O in it somewhere.
So
there we go.
To combine both Boomtown and Bomb Bomb.
There we go.
Yeah.
Thank you, ladies. Thank you, Karen.
No worries.
Awesome, you guys. And a lot of agents as well will take, profit share, and they'll put it in, eEdge, and, prospecting campaigns, they'll put it through eEdge, and holiday campaigns. So you can also show your agents that, you guys, as well. And it's very easy, and our customer service can always show them how to do that. All right. Okay. Do any of you do monthly trainings on Michael Lewis Marketing Suite? If so, is it the same each month? If not, how is it structured?
I do, but I usually change the topic. So the two most used topics are using the Michael Lewis Marketing Suite. So that's just a general, step-by-step, here's where everything is. Then the second one, which I usually treat as a clinic, which is how to customize the MLMS listing presentation. So I still do others, and I have done other specific ones before, but these two I think are the most useful because we have a lot of new agents coming in. So using the Michael Lewis Marketing Suite in the general form and telling them, the little tricks that they're not going to know, like don't forget to hit not on the site, but after you've commit, they don't know to do that. Just those on how to make sure they crop the photo when they're doing it themselves, and so that their picture is not elongated. So they really appreciate those little things, little nuances about it. Overall, though, everyone does appreciate that it is very user-friendly. So I will say that. And then the other one, which is how to customize the MLMS listing presentation. And I love teaching that because they don't realize that there's more than one template now, and they can really choose what fits their branding, and then we customize it from there. I must admit, and maybe Molly and Robin can attest to this, usually once I teach the class, it's usually right after the class, we're like, can you just do this for me?
Yes.
Right. Which is totally fine because it's part of what I do. I am the agent services and marketing coordinator, but I do still appreciate that they came to class to learn how to use it, so that if it's a Saturday and they don't have Karen to call, they can get on the suite and know how to use the site. So
yes, That's awesome. I'm glad you do those trainings. Thank you, Karen. Molly, what about you guys?
Well, so we, let's see, we don't actually have a monthly class that we do. It's more so a monthly tech tip within our team meeting. We usually find that that's where we'll get, as we usually have 40 to 50 people in our meetings every Tuesday. And so we'll take 5 to 10 minutes to run through a quick tech tip, and Michael with Marketing Suite is kind of on a rotating schedule, and it comes up about once a month, and we'll go in there and we'll say, this is how you design a business card. This is how you can design your email signature. This is how you can create a listing flyer, a listing presentation. And that way we capture as many agents as possible. And then they all know, because I preach it pretty frequently, but they all know that I am happy to sit down with them, and I usually keep it to 30 minutes or so because it is so user-friendly. It doesn't usually have to be any longer than that, but just a brief consultation, and I run them through. I have them clip through, but I'm kind of coaching. I say, okay, this is where you go this, and this is how you can resize that photo, and that way, then we save it to their account, and that way they can go back in. They've already done it once with me, so they've kind of run through it a little bit, and then they have a saved template that they, of course, can copy and recreate if they need. So especially for the top producer or their new listings or things like that, they can go in and I show them how to create the copy, and they can just keep doing that over and over again. And it's not a huge time drain on me because I try to keep it to 30 minutes, but they really appreciate that one-on-one contact. And then moving forward, they usually just have a few questions here and there, but I start to see more and more folks in our office doing that. And of course we had Trish and Michael in, and we had a huge turnout for that class, which I was really excited about. And we had a lot of our agents with big ahas being, oh my God, I didn't know that was an option, or I can do a buyer packet. You know, all these different people are just, I was just seeing it throughout the audience, and it was really cool to see. So I think that definitely added to agent participation. But yeah, just that tech tip every month through our team meetings, and then little one-on-ones, brief one-on-ones. And then we do want to get more classes up and running for the Michael Lewis. It's just tricky trying to balance the rest of a training calendar and making sure we're not oversaturating them, but we're providing just enough value so that they still want to come in and engage. So that tech tip is a really useful
I love that tech tip. That's very smart and good to remember.
Yeah, we have our MCA do it, and he loves getting up there and getting engaged and getting, out from behind a computer screen. So it's good for all parties involved. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, I love that. That's amazing. All right, Robin, what about you guys?
Well, we just started here in Glenwood Springs, and we're just opening up our office. So we don't have the abundance of agents as we do down in Junction, where I teach down there. But here I do a lot of one-on-one, and even with the agents that are from Grand Junction that are calling me for different situations. And so it's more of a one-on-one unless I'm doing a class down there. One thing that I don't know if it was Karen or Molly, but when the class is over, they hit you. They're like, oh. And so what I love to do is, because Michael Lewis is very simple, and I'm not a techie person, so if I can get it, it's exciting to say, who here in this class struggles with any kind of a computer programming situation at all, and that they're just like, me. I go, great, come here. I want you guys to watch her do this. This is that simple. And to teach overall using someone that is struggling the most, and when they get it done, they're so excited, and that really shows everyone else that it can be done. And so when I was able to do that, everyone's like, oh my gosh, and I mean, they will raise their hands, bam, right away. I am the worst. I can't do anything. And I'm like, I want you to do it. And they're like, what? But it's so cool to be able to show everyone else that this is the person that struggles the most, and they can do it. That's just a great opportunity. So I love using those.
Absolutely.
And
that's awesome.
One-on-one thing with with
The
each.
one-on-one is really good too. We see great results from having a full group, and the one-on-one, very individual, personal, that is awesome to do as well. So for both are awesome. You guys just remember you don't have to do a full training on the entire Michael Lewis. You can always split it up, like you all were saying. Maybe 1 month you'll do it just on the free stuff section, the other month just on a listing presentation or how to do a postcard. So you can really split it up and really make it your own. All right. So you guys did kind of answer this question. It was, what are the other ways you do to train your agents? Molly, you mainly answered this, but Karen, do you have any, other ways that you do to train your agents, or what you do to help them,
Yeah, I found that a lot of agents don't realize that the MLMS postcards can also be used as they can be downloaded as a JPEG and used in their email blasts and on their social media. So it's the same thing with the flyers. They're so used to, postcards have to be for mailing, flyers are just for print. So it was just the one way during when I'm doing I do also have one-on-ones, but especially in class, because you're reaching, like Robin said, you're reaching more people. They have that light bulb moment. Oh my God, it just broadens everything they thought about the Michael Lewis suite. Oh my God, I can use the postcards too for my email. I can put this on my social media as well. So that's the one thing I do make sure to bring up. By the way, I absolutely love the new social suite. It's perfect because I know we are gearing more towards social media, and there's been a big shift in that's how people are approaching their business. So that's another reason why I definitely wanted to make sure that they realize that they have so many more options with the postcards and flyers, saving them as JPEGs.
Absolutely. And that social suite, you guys, is awesome. We did add a new feature. I don't know if you guys have realized it, but whenever you're done making a piece, that Facebook button and that Twitter, that's right there for you guys to click on, brings you right to that Facebook without, saving it as an image, going into your Facebook. So we did add that in there for you guys just to make it more convenient for you. Awesome. All right, Molly, do you have anything to add to that? I know you mainly answered it a little bit ago, but
I mean, I'm also just throughout the office. We have a large area where our agents that don't have desk space or offices or cubicles, they can just go and use a monitor, use a computer, work on their business. We call it the bullpen. And so I'll sometimes just run into there and I'll check and see what some of the agents are doing, and I'll just have kind of random group conversations with everyone, and I'll be like, oh, well, hey, I see you don't have an email signature. We've been emailing back and forth, Michael Lewis. I'm like, oh, I never knew that. Can you show me that? So we'll kind of do these random group coaching sessions, or not coaching sessions, pardon me, but, kind of marketing consultations, and then they realize how easy it is to do, and so that gets them more engaged with it, and they get hungry. They want to know what else is on there. But definitely, I think Karen was saying a lot of them don't realize they are in that mindset of like postcards are for mailing and flyers are for posting. Totally. And it's like, well, hey, you could download that JPEG, and what are the things you could do with that? And they're like, oh my God, you're right. So the jumbo postcards or the social suite or things like that, it totally opens up all these new doors for them.
Absolutely.
And they're able to do way more with their marketing and stay current, which we're definitely seeing a huge push for the social media, the Facebook, LinkedIn, what else is out there? Instagram is a big one, especially in Seattle. It's, we're hitting a lot of those millennial clients, and that's where you get into that social media aspect.
Good point.
So, yeah. Absolutely. And then again, like I was saying, the one-on-ones, and those just kind of come up when agents need them. But I do just because my time is meant for usually recruiting, I keep those short, but it also builds that relationship with the agent, and they feel time well spent and nurtured, and they want to learn more. So.
Absolutely. Exactly. I know a lot of them don't realize that you can take these and put them on, Facebook, Instagram, all of that. So you guys knowing that and you guys telling other people, telling your agents is huge. So thank you for spreading that. It's wonderful. Robin.
Yeah. Well, I guess the big thing is just listening and, and seeing what their needs are. Like I had an agent the other day that was saying she needed to put together a listing program. And I'm like, well, get on, Michaelos. Let's take you over here and let's show you that. So it's getting their foot in the door and, instead of them just going to the class and then walking out, not doing anything, if you can catch those little moments like, oh, wait, you're doing a listing presentation, or, oh, you wanting to put together for your MLS, you're here, let's get you on here and let's get it. Oh, if you can show them how easy it is and using those key phrases, let's just really fast get on Michael Marketing Suite. Let's quick just throw this together for you so you can see how easy it is. Then they're not so intimidated if you can use those really quick, fast words that engage them. It gets them into the program, then they want to use it.
Yes. And they feel comfortable.
Easy.
Absolutely.
It's so easy. And they hear easy. I'm like, okay, well, show me how easy it is. They don't believe you. They don't believe you until they actually are. And they're like, oh, you're right, it is easy. And but Robin, you're right, it does perk their interest, and then they get more involved themselves.
Yeah, right. Absolutely. I agree with that. All right, ladies, do you have any tricks that you use in your trainings that have left an impression?
Yeah, well, I think I mentioned it before. People are a lot of time I get feedback that they don't like the marketing suite. I'm like, well, why? It says, well, every time I go to upload a photo, I mean, obviously, because photos are a very integral part of the Michael Lewis suite. They don't notice that there's the cropping tool. And once I, mention, well, you see that whole thing? If you do that, it will always, be in proportion to the size, and it won't distort your image. That's a big moment for them.
Yes.
The other thing was they didn't realize that on some of the templates, if you don't like an element, it can be deleted. So I tried to show them, okay, well, what is it you don't like about this? Well, I don't like, or they don't realize they can change the font. Just these simple things, but showing them, all right, go ahead with your cursor. If you can click on it, that means you can edit it. You can edit it or delete it. I know I'm talking in the most simplest terms, but agents tend to and I shouldn't say everybody, but the people that I'm helping that have a block, they realize it's the people that only think that what they see is how it is. So once they realize, okay, there's certain things that can be removed, edited, or deleted, I said the same thing, but manipulated, for lack of better words, then they feel so much better about personalizing and using the Michael Lewis suite.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely. Yeah, that cropping tool is huge. People don't understand it, and we're trying to make that different make it better for everyone, that they have to crop it moving forward. They can't move on unless they crop it, because they do miss it a lot, and it is distorted, and the image will look very pixelated or something like that. So I definitely agree with that cropping tool. All right, Molly.
Well, the cropping tool is absolutely one that they don't really realize, but also the saving a copy. And if they find a template they love and we edit it to their liking, I'm like, they're like, well, what if I want to do this in the future? I'm like, oh, well, if only you could save a copy. And there just so happens to be a way you can do that if you click on that button up there. And they're like, oh, I can just save tons of these, and I can go in and I can edit, and I can just use the same, because then it provides kind of that consistency in their marketing. And as well, it takes a big weight off of them to have to go in and re-edit and redo. I mean, at that point, all they have to go in, and if it's a listing flyer, they change the marketing, change some of the other information, and bam, they're done. Mm-hmm. So that to me was a big one. Just saving a copy. And it is kind of funny, because it is a lot of the simple things that we would assume, but I've learned in my time in the business that you can never assume an agent who is doing X amount of deals each month. The simple things don't always seem that simple. There's not really the time to take it in, and that's why Michael Lewis Marketing Suite is so awesome, because it's simple and it's easy to use, and you guys are updating it. I mean, constantly I'll get on and there'll be new things, or the system will be faster, or I mean, it's just come miles since
Absolutely.
it was first created way back when. So.
I know. Definitely has. So that save a copy she was talking about, you guys. So what that is it's in the agent site when your agents, for an example, are making a postcard and they want to, save that original copy, but they also want to have another copy to make changes to, or they want to take that postcard and they want to, change a few things on it, but they still want that other postcard to remain the same. So you can click on that template, click save a copy, and then it will completely recreate another piece for you to go in and make changes to, while that other one is completely saved and, is as it is in your saved work. So that save a copy is definitely huge and a really big time saver if you want to go in and make changes to something that you've already made changes to, that you've already had. So I agree with that completely. Robin, any tricks that you've used that have left a big impression?
Yeah, when I start the training, I print out 2 papers that have, number 1, on how to get them into the Michael Lewis Marketing Suite. But I use all of our local pictures and the aerial photos that are around here that they can see it. Wow, this is it. This is home, and it attaches them to it so that they're excited about getting into it. Then I also put a penny on the top of their papers. And they're really funny because they start talking about it right away. They're like, what's this penny? I go, I know you got paid to come today. And so they're a lot of chatting about their little penny and they get all excited. And I don't bring it up until I actually get to the jumbo postcards. And when I'm going over that, especially when you're going to be emailing them out or you're going to go after a blast to an area, and that can be overwhelming. And so I want to make sure that I'm going to pull that all together and I'm going to make it something that they can hold on to and they can get excited about. So I wait till that moment where you could kind of see them kind of like, oh man, okay, I've got to get this off of my edge and I've got to do this and I got to do that. And then I say, okay, hold up your penny because this is really exciting. And they all hold up their pennies. And I said, okay, so for them to do this, for them to produce it, to take it out there, to send it out for you, it is going to cost you 1 cent over the post on that. And they gasp, they drop their jaws, and they are just, it's the funniest thing because even when the other agents there was just like, did you see their faces? Did you see everybody? They were like, oh my gosh. And they were so excited, and they're like, are you serious? Are you serious? Oh my gosh. And it was so great because it pushed them into Michael Lewis Marketing Suite.
Yeah.
To the point where they were like, oh my gosh, I'm going to go do this right away. And then I got so many emails afterwards, and they're like, I got so excited. I couldn't wait to come back. That was like so impactful. And they were just so excited. So
wow, Robin.
It's a great
That is so fun. I love that you did that penny trick, and you guys definitely remember that. If you ever need something that leaves a lasting impression, remember that penny. I mean, usually you have a few pennies spared in your car or your purse. Just take that out, put it on everyone's desk. That is amazing, Robin. You should be very proud of yourself.
Well, if you've got something, and that's just interpersonal communication 101. If you've got something to hold on to that can really stick with someone, to move them forward into that. And it worked. I mean, they were just, I'm still hearing about it. And to me, that was a lasting impression for them to get into it and want to use it, so it's great.
Absolutely. That is so great. I love that. All right, you guys. Yeah.
Too. When I was doing, they're just kind of, you could tell, oh, I've got to take this course and blah, blah, blah. So immediately what I do is I start showing them how to get in, how to go into their account, change everything. And then I go up to the picture, number 1, so I can show them the editing tool for the pictures, but also I just throw in funny pictures. So like I said, okay, you want to change your profile picture? I don't like this profile picture of myself, so let's change it. Oh, that's a much better profile picture of me. And I threw up Angelina Jolie instead of me, and they all cracked up. So, I use funny pictures and moving it around to keep them engaged.
That's funny. The funny pictures, keep them laughing, keep them engaged. That's huge. I love that. Oh, Robin, that's great. Awesome, you guys. Last thing, is there any last things you would like to share with the other coordinators so they know how easy it is to use and how beneficial it is for them, or anything at all that you would like to share with everyone else on here?
I didn't mention before, but it was something that the agents also appreciated when I did mention that they have an open house, or they wanted to print out flyers. It's the first one, but maybe they want to make a really good impression. I think them knowing that they can order the postcards as handouts for pretty much, at least in our market center, because it costs like 25 cents for color copy for a sheet of paper. It's about the same price if you just print a per side, for a handout for the postcard, maybe a little bit over, but they appreciate the idea of maybe printing out a handout for their listing to literally have, because then it's actually on a nice, cardstock. I
love that.
As opposed to handing out sheets of paper. And they appreciate for the value of it. That was just one thing that I do always like to bring up, because they don't.
Huge, yes.
Yeah, they don't see outside the box sometimes, so they appreciate when I bring that up.
Yeah, I love that. Thank you, Molly. Anything from you?
I was just going to say that the training videos on the toolbox I find super helpful. There's always something new, of course, that I can learn every day. And so if I have questions, I'll usually bug MLMS assistant, but as well, I'll just go on and I'll watch some of the training videos, or I'll look at Trisha's picks, and oftentimes there's some interesting things on there that I hadn't otherwise seen that she kind of updates. Of course, installing the font collection is huge, making sure that all those specific fonts carry over. It took me a while to learn that, but as soon as I got all the fonts downloaded, then everything started working out. All the publisher files transferred over correctly. But I love the training videos that are on there. And then if I have agents that are asking questions, I'll oftentimes send off those videos as well, or direct them to check out the videos, or call, on the phone for assistance, things like that.
Yes,
so there's always an option. If you have a question, there's always a way to answer it or get it answered.
Yeah, and those training videos are on the site too. Go ahead, Karen.
I'm so sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt. I didn't want to forget to mention that even when I was starting, the most beneficial thing I did get, so this is just to all the new coordinators out there, every week, I would have a task reminder to look on the toolbox at the What's New section. So that was really instrumental in making sure I actually knew what was on there. But the What's New is amazing, because you guys are constantly putting things on there. You
updating
almost you almost read the market center ahead of time, because like 9 times out of 10, right after my team leader would request something, it was right there on the What's New. And one example was when we were doing career night.
Exactly.
And then boom, you guys had it. So I'd highly recommend that.
Right.
Absolutely. Always there. Robin, anything you would like to, any last things you would like to say to all the other coordinators?
Well, and to piggyback on the training videos, when people call, and if I'm doing another task or something, I'll send them back to get on Micah Lewis Marketing Suite, and then go to the video, and I'll tell them, watch that, and I'll get back to you. And 9 out of 10 times they'll send me, got it, never mind, figured it out. So I really that video, because they know it, they've been trained that it's there, but just sort of that subtle reminder, and it gives them exactly what they need. I would say the other thing is, it's really great, the thank you gift cards, and the jumbo parts cards that you could put for their addresses, for new people that are just, as a gift when they're got their new house, and they could put in their address and everything. You're advertising. I mean, that is an amazing gift. And for some reason, that agents really love that. They're not seeing it. Point that out to them, because that's just a great option for them.
Huge tool.
In their gift basket for someone that has just closed on their house. And I showed it to one agent, and they called me back and said, thank you so much, because I was able, I had to print it out really fast and I just went down and bought some cardstock and printed it out because I didn't have time for, from the showed me, because I was telling them for next time, and they went down and printed it off right away. I mean, that's great.
That's good. That's amazing.
That's fantastic. So
I love that.
That they get advertising right there. So there's some tools, but those are some of my favorites.
Thank you. Thank you, ladies. We have 2 questions. Someone said, is there a video template that we can use or a specific program? I think that was for you, Karen. You were talking about your videos that you put.
Well, that's
PowerPoint,
the greatest. That's the greatest part about it. It's literally, I'm taking the team meeting, which already has the listing templates, the listing slides in it. And if you hit File, Save As, it'll already give you the video file.
Yeah.
So in other words, obviously just remove all of the other items, just keep the listings, and then I save it as a MP4, but you could also save it as the Windows Media video. Is that what it is? Either one of those video files, and I'm using it comes in widescreen. I found that it translates perfectly. I do a little bit of repositioning once you upload it, but it's perfect. So you don't have to use a separate. Yeah, you don't have to use a separate.
Yeah, Charles, you can call me too, and I can walk you through that as well. But if you guys have any other questions, any coordinators on here, you can just email them to me. If it's something specific to one of the ladies, I can always send it right to them. But ladies, thank you guys so much for joining me today. I hope everyone listened, really got some good insight on how they use Michael Lewis, how they restructure our pieces, how they train, their favorite stuff in the toolbox. I really appreciate you all being on. If you ever need to get a hold of me, you can contact me. My email's Jackie, JACI, at michaellewismarketingsuite.com. Thank you guys all so much for joining me, and you guys have a wonderful day.
Thanks, Jackie. You have a great day, too.
Thank you, ladies. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye-bye.